Hey guys, Frank, Desert Car Care. Checking our video out today, desertcarcare.com. Thanks for visiting our website, or if you're on YouTube, keep your emails coming if you have any questions about your car repair or car service or relationship with a mechanic or a service advisor. I can help you out. Today we're going to talk about fuel pumps. Mysterious fuel pump. Very costly on these modern day vehicles. Years ago it wasn't as costly because they were just simple little electric pumps. Simple pumps, and they were less than $100. Today their modern vehicles have very processed fuel pumps. These fuel pumps are immersed in the fuel tank. Let me show you. Here is a fuel pump assembly. This right here is the float. It goes up and down to correlate to the gauge on your dash. You've got an intake and a return portion and the actual motor. Here's that pump. And as this separates from this module, you can see this, what we call in-tank sock or in-tank filter. This is the first defense against any debris that you may have in the bottom of your gas tank. So anytime a fuel pump's replaced, this is very important to get this in-tank sock, as we call it, or fuel filter replaced. You can see the body of this pump. This hose we see very often can get cracked, sitting in that gas tank for a long time, for years, maybe 100,000 miles before it ever sees its failure. This hose needs to be replaced. Here's a new pump, and as you can see, it's a complete assembly. See side by side? Of course, this needs to be swapped out. That's your float, that's your sending unit for your gauge. Now, there's a lot of talk about how these fail. Well, on some vehicles, it almost in our world seems like there's premature failure, because it seems like an unfair advantage to the consumer when they come in at 60,000 miles and they need a fuel pump that could cost over $1,000. So here's a tip to help you out. If you're busy and you're traveling and you've got the kids to take to school and get to work and pick up the bread and all these errands, sometimes it can be difficult to keep from running low on fuel. You don't want to make a habit out of that. You want to keep at least a quarter tank of fuel in your vehicle, because that fuel is what quenches and cools this electric pump. Now when we say that, it doesn't mean your pump's going to catch on fire if there's no fuel in it, but that fuel actually keeps this fuel pump cool. So, not quite a guarantee, but it is a good tip. In my 20 years of doing this, I've talked to a lot of people, and those people that have had premature failures are typically those folks that have continually run empty on their, or close to empty I should say, on their fuel. So remember, as a good tip, try not to run around consistently with fuel on E. You want to keep at least a quarter tank. I'm Frank, Desert Car Care. Keep your emails coming, Frank at desertcarcare.com. And I really appreciate all your emails. Keep them coming. Have a wonderful day and happy motoring.